About a month ago, I made a video on the genre cyberpunk. And in the video, I explained how even though it is a great aesthetic, it isn't necessarily a future that we would want to hope for. With copious amounts of corruption and pollution, it would be a dreadful reality. After doing some research, and along with someone pointing me in the right direction, I stumbled across something called SolarPunk, and it's absolutely amazing. I'll let the aesthetics speak for itself. Ask yourself this: what does a sustainable civilization look like, and how do we get there? Well, that is the main idea of solarpunk, which is a movement of speculative art, fiction, fashion, and activism, and it's growing rapidly. Derived from both cyberpunk and steampunk, solarpunk has a beautiful aesthetic. The beauty of this world, though, comes from its oneness with nature. Imagine being surrounded by insane technology, and at the same time, lush greenery. Now that sounds pretty nice if you ask me. This idea of the future is depicted as a utopia where humans live in harmony with the earth. Instead of flashing neon signs as seen in a cyberpunk type society, we would see balconies filled with plant life. It's a society where people feel free from corporate greed and authoritarian governments. The people care mostly about sustainability and advancing technology in a way that is beneficial to the longevity of Earth. Technology is still a huge part of the civilization. It just has to be reimagined in a way that won't harm the Earth. Because of this, the main power sources in a solarpunk society would be solar, wind, geothermal heat, and waves. These power sources are all renewable, which is a key aspect for solarpunk. That means fossil fuels will be banned or strictly taxed, so virtually no one uses them anymore. Hopefully, if this civilization becomes a reality, we will find even more ways to obtain energy from renewable sources. In Milan, Italy, the Bosco Verticale is a strong example of a solarpunk type building that exists today. These towers integrate plants in its structure, which help mitigate smog and produce oxygen. These towers have amazing benefits. The plants help protect the building from noise pollution and dust from the city. They also keep the building at a good temperature, shading the interiors from the sun in the summer and blocking harsh winds in the winter. The building is almost self-sufficient, with renewable energy from solar panels and filtered water for plant life. This alone reduces the building's carbon footprint by a massive amount, and even will increase the city's biodiversity of birds and insects. Since these structures are so amazing, it surprises me how we don't see more buildings like this one. Our society has small pockets of hope that will help lead to a solarpunk future. More people today believe that climate change and pollution is a massive issue, and that number will most likely keep increasing. Also, different technologies such as seed bombing and solar ovens are great starts to help uplift society towards a solarpunk reality. Hopefully, we will see more strides to create a solarpunk type world for the future. This would help ensure that our future isn't condemned to a dying planet. Hoisting ourselves out of the path that society is taking us right now is a difficult task though. We need to begin using as much renewable energy as possible and have a plan to move away from fossil fuels that are plaguing the Earth. If the world can come to a sound agreement that we would preserve the planet at all costs, solarpunk could definitely become a reality. Although for now, we can only hope that we aren't already too late.